45 minutes, but fuck, no, we're not. God damn, this is going. There we are, and we're live.
Here we are again.
I know. Here we are again on our own.
Tired and dreary from the days, and I don't even know what's going on. What's going on with you, man?
I accidentally took. I take a med at night that knocks me out. And if I accidentally stay up too long after taking it the first time, I'm knocked out from it, but I'm awake, and I accidentally took another one. And so and they knocked me senseless.
So you took 2 night meds, right?
Accidentally, yeah.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you took it, couldn't really sleep, and then took it again.
What happens is right. You'll be sitting there playing your video game or whatever.
Right.
I'm trying to wind down the evening, and I'm like, oh, I don't think I took my med, and I go over and take it. And then this morning, I woke up going, no, wait a minute.
Nope, I took it twice.
Oh, and you can feel it. It's like sludge.
Right.
Oh my god.
So it just sludges. You got sludge through the whole day.
Yeah, basically. A lot of yawning involved.
Dude, my body does a weird thing where like I'll be like ready to sleep. I'll be so ready to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then as soon as I hit my bed, my brain just kicks on, and it's just like 100 miles per hour,
Yeah.
like just like going. And I'm like, what, man? Why couldn't you do this when I was earlier? Like I needed this earlier. I needed this energy earlier, you know? Like
I will say I don't have. If I take the moment, I'm pretty good at I can find. I can go to my anchor.
Right.
The weird part is it was lately dealing with the idea that, like, even if I'm overwhelmed like this, it's right as he yawns and makes dad noises. But I still have ups and downs, pros and cons, goods and evils. The days aren't perfect by any means, and I think that's one of the mistakes is everybody thought, what if I could get to perfect days?
Right.
Well, that's a lie. Perfect day. That's defining the days. That's why the days come out miserable. Oh, what if I could just have perfect days?
Right. That would be spectacular.
But you are having perfect days.
I don't think
It's
that's...
no.
Okay.
It's in how you use them. That how we see the day changes whether or not it's a good day or a bad day, not the day.
Yeah. That makes
That
sense.
if you paint everything in struggle, everything is.
Yeah, that's the way it ends up feeling. I mean, I feel like,
Talk to me.
dude, like,
What are the pros and cons of, like, what are the ups and downs in Ross's life right now? Because you look overwhelmed.
bro, it's like, okay, so like literally,
Get it out.
I
Talk
like
about it.
no, I like I'll go to chill out, and I'll go to my room,
Uh-huh.
and I'll like put on, I don't know, either I'll put on YouTube videos or I'll put on music. One of those two.
Right. So you never really let yourself have any quiet,
No, but
any
what
silence.
no, it's not so much about that. It's like
I didn't say it was about that. I was just pointing it out.
I'm trying to focus on something other than what I'm thinking right now. And if videos aren't doing it for me at all, then I move on to music. If music isn't doing it for me at all, I turn it off, and I just sit there and I try and, I don't know, like, not like, I guess meditate, because I try to focus on my breathing, but it's really more like I'm trying to get my brain to calm down so I can sleep.
Well, and the mistake is you're fighting with your brain. You're trying to make your brain calm down. Like you're two separate things.
Mm-hmm.
It's your monkey.
But I don't know how to not, other than the verbiage I use, I don't know how to calm myself down, I guess. I don't, like, I try with breathing, but it doesn't always do anything.
Well, no, it takes effort every time. What I mean is it takes doing it every day and work. It's like building a skill. It's like running. It's like playing basketball. It's all of those things. It's just a skill. And the problem is people beat themselves up for going, I don't have that skill. That's you stopping yourself.
I'm not trying to beat myself up as much as I'm tired of when I want to sleep, I can't. And when I can't sleep, I want I'm tired of that thing.
Well, I end up feeling like trying to build a schedule that feels rational. Does that make sense? Something that fills the void. That I spend a good deal of time in some form of meditation. And I really think that there's something to be said for using some form of, okay, like as opposed to random YouTube, as opposed to random music. You can literally, there's a app called Calm
Mm-hmm.
that you can use. There's, if you're going to go to YouTube, don't waste your time with people talking. Go to people helping meditate. If you're going to do that, focus on doing that instead of going, I don't understand why it's working while I try and do everything but that. Does that make sense? I'm telling some of the guided meditation, like look up guided meditation videos, and they're like listening to my mom when we were doing that. So that it's a spoken word. You can lose your. What you do is you can concentrate on a voice that's going where you want it to go, instead of thinking somehow you're going to listen to random voices and make them go somewhere.
I don't try to.
No, no, no. It was it
No,
was
no,
not
I
a
got you. I got you.
judgment. It was a
No, 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 no.
suggestion.
Hold on. I got.
Yes, I agree. You
I
don't
got.
try with the
No, no,
others.
no. It's only. I think. I
I
think I
was just
overthink it.
suggest.
I
Yeah,
think I overthink everything too much.
that's why I was suggesting like a meditation video, a video
I
that's
think
guided. So you don't have to think.
it's.
Why are you opposed to that? You're like putting up a wall.
I'm so tired of. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'll do it. I don't. I'm not trying to put up a wall or anything. I.
No, talk to me. Don't feel like I'm judging you. I was trying to make suggestions of tools
I got you.
as opposed to you were saying things were tools and I knew they weren't. So I was trying to
got you.
suggest using some stuff that it's not stuff I use. It's
I
stuff
gotta
that's
use
helped
other
other
things.
people.
I don't know what to. I don't. I,
What
no,
where
dude,
where are you trying to get to?
no clue. I have no clue of that.
So
I don't know where I'm trying to get at all. Mentally, like with this conversation, I have no clue. I have no clue where the conversation is. I'm
we were
not.
talking about.
Yeah, I just.
Wait a minute. We were talking about where you were at. Now you're claiming you have no clue where we're talking.
No, I just mean.
Man, don't feel judged.
I'm very, very stressed out, and I know
Talk about it.
a lot of that is me stressing myself out. I know a lot of that is worrying about the things that I either haven't done or the things that I want to do that I could do that I don't do. Like, I want to not feel like, I want to not feel like there's a weight constant. Like, I won't even, I can't say that. I can't say that there's a weight constantly because it's certain, it's certain moments that it's really there. It's like, I just, okay. I want to do more things, but I can't see myself like talking about the thing. Like I can't keep talking about things that I want to do. I have to wake up and do them. But also I have to communicate things that I'm gonna do. But like I have to communicate things and then do them. But when I communicate things, I don't do them. Sometimes I have to just do things, and then like I don't want to do things and then communicate, but I also don't want to not do things. But sometimes when I communicate, I don't do things. Does that make any sense at all?
What are your goals?
What are my goals?
What? Okay, so you've got this pile of shit.
Uh-huh.
What are you trying to do? What is your goal? What is it you're here for?
What is it?
What are you trying to do? What in your head you go, okay, I'm working hard on.
I mean, the current goal, because this show is already a show. It's done. It's come in and do our hour, and it's already a show. The goal right now is to work on doing the music.
Okay.
Right now, I'm doing 586 basement tapes. I've made the anchor, everything. I have to upload an episode, which will be I think March 29th. All the recordings from March 29th.
But I feel
it's
29th.
Yeah, March.
We're the 27th.
Is it March? 3/29. I don't know. I don't have before that. I just have this stuff. Listen.
So, okay, right. I'm sorry. April. We're in April now. How do you end up with March 29th? You also said you had a bunch. You had a bunch of stuff cut up. You were all excited about cutting up stuff.
Yeah, that was from April 5th.
Where did all of? There's only that's all.
Well, I'm
that's
saying
all from one day. There's nothing from.
Yeah, that's all from that was all from all that stuff was from one day. All the stuff I had cut up. But I'm just gonna go through, check the days that I have. Everything that's on one day, I'm gonna post it as one episode. Then
Maybe you should schedule a day that you and Seth are actually gonna do some work. You guys get together every time and play, and then you never buckle down.
Okay.
That maybe he needs to be helping you go through that stuff and finding the stuff you need, or I don't know.
I guess this is the buckling down part because I don't really have the time. I don't really have a whole bunch of time to be like going through and listening to recordings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post all the recordings to the basement tapes, and then I'm gonna have Seth go through. I'm gonna send him the link to the basement tapes and stuff, and be like, hey, go through anything you want me to find. Tell me the date and tell me the time that you found it at. And then that way I can go back to the recording because I'll have the recording, and then also I can download it back from the basement tapes.
You get that my frustration is, I feel like for months you said you were working on it the way I didn't want you to work on it. I finally gave in and said, yeah, just give me what you've got, and there was nothing.
There wasn't nothing, but there was more. There was less than I thought.
There's one day that you say you cut up a little bit.
Yes, there's.
As opposed to months of.
Well,
telling me you were cutting stuff up.
That up. I was doing too much.
What were you doing?
Too much.
What? I don't know.
I was cutting up.
I'm looking for something.
There was one day, and I was going through, and I was cutting up, and I was marking out. Okay, I'm gonna save this part as this file. Move on to the next part. Save this part as this file. Save that part as that file.
You screamed at me for weeks that you were doing it to get memory and that you had done all of that, and now but I don't have anything. All of this thing that you kept telling me you were working on doesn't exist. That's scaring me.
What I'm telling you is, I'm gonna post the days.
Why don't you ever just apologize and say, yeah.
Okay, I apologize. I fucked up. Okay, I apologize. Dude,
it's not I fucked up. It's, wait a minute. I was believing you.
I apologize, man. I don't know what else you want me to say.
I'm trying to figure out what I have to work with. And it sounds like nothing.
I have all the recordings from April.
But that's all, right. I don't have anything.
I have all of the recordings from April. I will go through.
I don't need it. Okay.
I don't.
I'm scared because that doesn't mean anything to me. Because that's what I was told was happening every day, and that's why you weren't doing the part that we said we needed. And now that I said, okay, that's fine, we'll do it the way you want. It's not there.
I've actually made more progress today than I have in those other days, okay? Because I was just cutting up shit, and I was just doing it. I was doing it on my own, and I didn't trust anybody to actually help me. I'm asking for you guys' help right now, okay? I'm gonna post all of the days, all the recordings, with 586 basement tapes, and then I want everybody else to go through
I
and
get
look
the
for
stuff
shit
I
they
need
like.
because we don't have it. Go ahead.
What do you mean? Because we don't have it? I can still download it back from the basement tapes thing.
No, I mean, all the stuff you said we had that I was going, okay, let me change direction to use the stuff he said he was working on doesn't exist.
No, I still have that stuff. I can still use
You
that
have
stuff.
one
I
day.
can still go through and cut stuff up myself. I'm just not doing that. I'm just not doing that right now.
No, I understand, but
I can give you something to
okay,
post right now.
stop for a minute.
I can give you something to
Can
post right
you
now.
stop defending for a minute?
Okay.
You have to understand. I'm sitting here going, wait a minute, I did the about face to support the way you wanted to do it. Because that's what you told me you would do.
I was cutting up.
I don't have. You're saying maybe I looked at one day. And you're talking about putting 3 and 4 hour tapes
I
out.
looked at 2 days specifically.
Over
There was
2
one
months.
day. There was one day that I cut up completely. Today, I'm telling.
I'm listening.
I
I'm
finished
listening.
cutting up yesterday. Today, I just went to another day. I put all the recordings next to each other. I saved it as one MP3 file, and then I'm gonna post that on 586 basement tapes. And now,
But it's going to be random. There's no call to it. You guys didn't try and put anything together yesterday. You didn't try and make it like a show. You didn't put any effort in.
no, what I'm saying is
We didn't get anybody
next-
lined up.
the
We
shows
didn't.
after. No, we're gonna do shows. Dude,
I'm listening.
we're gonna do shows.
Quit yelling like
No,
you're defending yourself.
We're gonna do shows.
Say
What I'm
something
saying
you
is-
believe, not something you
what
think I want to hear.
What I'm saying is the basement tapes right now are literally just gonna be the recordings that we have. That's it. And then we're still gonna do shows. We haven't dedicated the time to actually sit down and do a show yet. We haven't done any of that. So I don't have anything to post to the basement tapes. If I'm trying to get the music out, is what I'm saying. You don't have to watch the first couple basement tapes. I just need to get them out so that way I can.
Yeah.
That way I can say that we're working on something else. We're actually doing something else.
We put more time and energy into that than we do anything else. We just don't have anything to show for it.
Okay, I'm trying to provide something to show for it. I've started working on that today. Today I can say officially that I've actually taken more steps than I did before. The other shit, I don't know if I consider that as actually working. I don't.
But it was your argument as to how it had to be done.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry.
I wanted to put shape to what we were doing, but you wouldn't let me do that. So I don't have a show because it's not, I can't get anybody on board for, okay, we have to do this like we're doing something. We have to do this like we have responsibilities, not like we're just showing up at the toy store, which is how we do it. I enjoy having a great time. That's the goal. I enjoy the pros of it. Everybody's avoiding the work of it all the way around. I can't get people to sit in a chair that makes it so that I can put out a video.
Every time we come in the studio, we're gonna go live.
You know,
that is, except for the days when we're sitting down and we're just recording. How does that sound to you? Just every day we have someone in the studio, we're gonna tell them, hey, we're going live. This is this show we're doing.
I'd be fine with if we could get to a schedule that people stuck to.
Okay.
I'd be fine if I knew there was a day every week we knew we were going live. Just one.
Okay.
I would be glad to see progress that was real. It scares me. When I weigh out the pros and cons of the situation, when I'm going, okay, we're putting all of this, the biggest portion of what we do, the biggest portion,
Yes.
the hours of struggle, And hopefully maybe we can get an hour a week out of it. I'm lucky.
The point is, I realized it took me 3 days to cut up all that stuff.
That doesn't make any sense.
Or however fucking long I spent on it.
No, I know you
took
did.
way too long.
Well,
My point is, it took way too long. Okay?
But
You
I
were
think
right.
that was a problem.
Yes, that's a problem.
But I think part of the problem was the way you were going through it.
The way that I fix it.
It's just not doing it and giving it to everybody else to do.
No, it's not giving it to every. Dude.
Isn't that what you're asking?
I'm not giving it to everybody else.
You're saying, I'm going to upload them.
I'm still
now I need the other people to find the stuff.
I can still go through and cut up after. I can still do that.
No, I agree. I said that months ago.
Yes.
Now we're doing the part I needed to do 30 days ago.
Yes, I agree with you months ago, okay? I just didn't catch up. I wasn't there. I apologize that I was dicky and I was an asshole about it and I had to have things go my way, okay? I apologize. Seriously. I mean that.
I do a huge part of what I'm doing is about music that has nothing to do with me. And then people disrespect me about the fact that I'm trying to make their dreams come true. People fight me over every last bit. Like somehow I'm the enemy. They don't like look around and go, oh damn, where'd the mics come from? Oh damn, where'd the chords come from? Oh damn, how much did it, you know? They don't see me invested in it, and they're not invested in it. How is that even possible? How do people not see me invested in doing what we're trying to do?
I see you invested. I see you very invested.
How do I get other people to feel that way? I'm trying to get, okay, this thing that I'm trying to transmit to you and Seth and the other people that are here working with us. I'm trying to get people outside of us to believe in the thing that I think we all believe in. The problem is, how am I going to convince them if I can't convince you? Does that make sense? It's the endless, okay, but my first audience isn't coming around. It's I'm working with compassionate people, watch them try and be compassionate with each other. No, they're mean to each other and they fight over gurus and they fight over whether or not they read the right words or didn't read the right words, or very compassionate people. So then I come into I hate to say mine. Then I come into the studio. And I'm having the same problem. I'm looking at people going, hey, I see your dream and I believe in it. And they're fighting me along the way. Beating me up even. And all I'm trying to do is but if I can't convince the audience here, being that there's no audience out there, well, that's probably you logged in, right? Maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just you. What? Where are you trying to get to? What's Ross's dream? Where are you trying to get to? That you keep dreaming about the what if I make it big, but what are the steps? Clean. I have trouble getting you to focus on here. I don't mean here studio, I mean here present. You can't get anything done.
Well, I could tell you what my plan was today.
Okay.
Uploading the days to basement tapes and sending that to Seth so he can go listen to. Sending that to Najee so he can go listen to him. I'm also gonna put like I'm gonna put the people that were
We
well.
have-
I
so
don't.
there are no shorts. There's no little promo things.
I can cut up shorts still.
You're
I
saying that
have
like
shorts. I have some shorts.
the
I
thing
have
that
some
scares
shorts.
right, yeah. I'm like,
Right now, currently, I have some shorts, but I need to go out and make more. Okay? I need to make more. But I think my first priority right now should be getting all these episodes out. So that way I can delete the WAV files, I can free up a whole bunch of space,
yeah.
and then
So then you can pull down and cut when
then
you
I
need to.
can exactly. Then
It is the simplest way to free up the space.
I don't like shoot why.
You're not marking anything while you guys are working.
I do want to make like I don't know if there's like such thing as a private, like if you can post private episodes, like episodes that aren't public.
On
I don't know if
Spotify.
Anchor does that.
No.
Okay.
That's where you would use.
Okay.
That's where you would upload
Yeah.
them all to YouTube and.
Yeah, I got that name.
God, I feel like a broken record. I feel like out of energy. Not out of energy to be. It's the feeling like, oh shit, somehow I've got to carry everybody on my back. That no one's coming gracefully. No one's like, yeah, yep, what we're doing. Everybody's like, do. We're having fun. And meanwhile, it's like, okay, guys, if that's what it's gonna take, let me drag you. Kicking and screaming is how it feels. Hey, I'm trying to make something happen for you. Let me drag you kicking and screaming. You can understand how that feels. Like, okay, wait a minute. I'm trying to lift myself up enough to keep going. And meanwhile, I have to drag everyone. Instead of going, man, we're in this. There's no point where I'm going, I need you guys. And you guys are like, we got you. Now, over and over again, you guys are going, I need you. And I go, I got you. It's all a scale. It's all plus and minus, pros and cons. And it's wearying for it to be literally a struggle to unravel. First off, to go, okay, I don't even know what. So I'll try to support you by presuming the things that you're saying are true. And then I end up here. The answer I was given all along for why this wasn't happening was I'm working on this. And so finally I said, okay, fine, give me that then. And what I got was, well, not really. That's scary. Because I'm working on a project with you. And I'm trying to count on the pieces that. So I'll go, we're fighting, fine. I give in. And I gave into a lot. There wasn't even anything there. I'm devastated. I'm at a loss. That I finally was like, okay, no, give me all those pieces. You've been working on this. This is what you said was, you've been telling Seth every day, this is what I'm doing. You've been telling me every day, this is what you're doing. You've been telling us all that's what you're working on. Does that make sense? Is yesterday's episode up on Spotify? Our episode. You know what I'm saying? But now you're like, I'm going to upload this other stuff. I'm like, well, yeah, but are you going to upload our stuff? Is it all going to happen? I don't know what to say. I'm not trying to lay more on you. I'm feeling like, okay, wait a minute. I'm supporting you in the things you said you were doing, and now I'm left afloat. And something tells me there's not enough room on this door, and I'm going to end up drowning in the Antarctic. Tell me where you're at. Talk to me about not work. Talk to me about where you're at and why this is going on. What's really happening? What are your thoughts? They're rolling around your head. You're not. You're picking instead of letting any of them out. I'm not getting honesty. I'm getting choice.
I don't know. I don't. Okay.
Why is this falling apart? You know and I don't, but you won't tell me.
Why is it falling apart?
You over and over go, I know I screwed this up, but you never give an explanation. You never explain, I don't know what happened.
I've been hard-headed. Really, really hard. That much I know.
So hard-headed that behind my back you've been very hard-headed. Say yes. It's the easiest.
What does that mean?
That part of the reason I'm getting the reaction from the people we work with is Ross is hard-headed. Follow me. That Ross has added to the difficulties of the situation by going, well, yeah, but I'm not going to listen to other people. That instead of going, yes, we're working hard with Matt, Matt has been played as the enemy to them too.
That's not it.
Okay. No. You've been
mm-hmm.
publicly hard-headed and you don't think that's how it affects people, but it does. You have voiced your opinions strongly against Matt elsewhere when Matt wasn't around because it was a way for you to vent. But now everybody pictures the situation that way and we're fucked. Is that accurate?
I don't think so. I think it can be.
But you think that is the grandest reality that I am?
Okay, I think maybe hold on.
Oh, I need honesty.
I don't think that you're a bad person. I don't think
I am either.
I don't.
I was suggesting that people have painted me that way.
I think that maybe. I think that yes. I think that yes. I may have vented once or twice. Yes.
I'm so tired of me against the world. Especially when all I care about is the world. I don't give a fuck about me. Self-centered fucking assholes. I love you all. That's the only description I got. I don't know how anybody paints me in that corner if they look at the facts. If instead of being self-centered pricks, they go through, gosh, who's been here for me? I've created a world where I value your opinion so much that you even get to just go, hey, thank you, you're a fucking asshole. I don't want to listen to you, Matt. And I'll go, okay, I want you to find your space. That's how compassionate a guy I am. Meanwhile, that's not the picture. That instead of there being the guy out there who stood by me and who I've stood by, that stands up for me and goes, no, really, we can do this to these other people so that we can get it done. I've got a guy cutting it out from underneath me.
I think most of it wasn't verbal. I think most of it is in the way that I act around people.
Well, yeah, you fuck me over when they're in a room. I notice it and feel it immediately. Then immediately upon anybody else entering the room, I no longer matter. In my room that I created to provide a place where people could raise their voices, feel their dreams, and fuck me over. That's a lot of work for that, isn't it?
I want to fix it, but I don't know how. I don't know how.
You go have an honest fucking conversation with those people. There ain't no amount of talking to me.
Maybe.
Looking at me and saying, you know what, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have gone that route, doesn't change anything. Because, as we saw yesterday, the second somebody else walks in the room, everything you just said goes out the window. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get the right waters. I'm trying to think about the little shit so everybody feels comfortable. You know? As the first, they're thirsty, but as opposed to saying, hey, is there any water? They go, oh, we know that all there is here is Ice Mountain, and we don't want to drink that. Man, that's a lot of judgment for somebody bringing you a studio. A studio that doesn't charge anybody. Specifically because they're here to hear your voices. So that the world can hear your voices and relate to your voices. Because I believe in the voices that aren't mine. And where do you leave me standing with that, bud? If you cut me, shouldn't I bleed? Does it make it any easier that you cut me and then I turn back and go, okay, do you need to cut me some more? Let's figure this out. It doesn't sound hateful. I'm not saying we don't argue, but how am I left out in the cold? How is it a positive thing for you guys moving forward to treat me this way? If we want to value the pros and cons, what helps you guys? What if what you were going to be is self-centered, you're not doing it well? You're not even giving me self-centered enough that I can get anything out.
So we've established that I'm not a good narcissist.
I don't think you're a narcissist.
Well, no, I don't think so.
I think you're human and you're trying to make a bunch of people happy and you're not thinking things through.
Yes.
That, you know what, when you're supposed to be trying to figure stuff out or focus on your thoughts, you don't want to go there because it scares you. I understand that, for the record. Totally get that. Been there. Takes effort every day. It's a fucking ladder. It's like training a muscle. And you know that when you were even just having a class every week, it helped that muscle. You felt a little better. We were having moments of, I guess we need to thank Grandma Hayes. But you're not doing any of that now. For you, not forget me. You guys are great at it. Forget me for a minute. Be good at forgetting me then. That all the other claims aren't giving me anything either. All the things where you decided you were going to do it your way. Show me the stuff that came out of that. No.
I will do that.
Yes, no, you're talking about in the future. I'm talking about the months.
No, I'm saying like After the show is over, I'll send you all the files.
I don't want you.
Not all the files.
I don't want you to
I'll
send me
send you
shit.
some shit. What do you want? What do you want then? What do you want? What?
I want them to get stuff.
Okay, then I'll send them stuff.
No, Spotify, people out in the world. I don't care about
Okay, I get. Okay.
the stuff you've said you're working on for months. I know there were versions of songs passed back and forth, and you're claiming you don't even have clips. When I watched you two sit here and pass fucking clips back and forth a month ago. What the? You know? You're passing clips back and forth to New York and Seth and acting like you don't got no clips. You do not, don't you see that you can immediately see through it as horse shit? That you have deep conversations with other people, which is great. It'd be great if it contributed too. You're acting like you're not working on a plan that you're not talking about, even though you're working on a plan you're not talking about. You know? Silence.
Yeah.
Not an admission of like, at least, yeah, you're right.
I haven't been working on a plan, dude. I've just been doing shit. I've been doing shit. I can't explain. I know for a fact that I haven't posted any music. I know for a fact I haven't even posted any snippets of music. I know for a fact I haven't.
Okay, for the record.
Hold on.
No, don't go through I didn't post because I know you didn't post. So quit going through a list of I didn't post. I didn't suggest you posted anything where anybody other than the people you were working with could see it. Don't ignore what I said by trying to bring up the thing we already know. Okay? You have projects you're working on, but you're not working on the projects you say you're working on. And I'm not the enemy. That could have been additions to the studio. You could have accepted this as your home. I mean, the studio for your music. Could have acted like I'm not the enemy. Like I'm some guy that saw you struggling and wanted to work with you and give you a chance and give me a chance and create something. How do I end up anywhere in this story the bad guy? But you painted me that way.
Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Seriously.
Was it the food, the bed, the pond? What was it that was so awful?
I'm not trying to keep harping on it. I'm sorry, okay? I fucked up really bad. It's not... It's a tangled fucking mess. And I kept...
Why?
I kept stirring... I don't know. I kept fucking ignoring shit. And letting shit build up around me.
I think you should go back to the truth of stirring shit. It started to come out, you wanted to say it, and you stopped yourself because it makes you feel guilty. Stirring shit.
Oh.
Yes. So not... Okay? You've run me into the dirt, how are you going to get me back out of the grave? You do, you could walk away. They'd be more than happy to do the music with you, and you don't even need me. I love you, and but guess what? And if you tell me to fuck off, you know what I'll do? I'll support you.
Well, that's not an option.
You know that, right? You know that in the end, we could go through all of this. You could walk away, and what would Matt do?
Great, that's not an option.
But what would I do?
Great, that's not an option.
I know. What would I do?
I'd
support you, wouldn't I?
Yes, you would. And that's not an option. Okay?
No matter what you guys do, I'm going to support you. I'm going to keep turning my cheek. I'm going to keep taking the punches. I'm going to keep taking the cracker jokes. I'm going to go with it. Because I want people to be able to hear what you're feeling. Unfortunately, part of what you're feeling is about the fact that I'm white. And that's normal. Welcome to the world of racists. Not racist like KKK, like everyday racists. Problem is I'm white. You know? And as opposed to, wow, this guy loves us and he's different, there's some other message. Instead of, wow, what a breakthrough. We're doing this thing that, you know what, you're right, it doesn't look exactly like what other people are doing. Partially because there is diversity here, and I'd like there to be more. I'd like there to be musicians in here that don't look like either of us. So that we can really explore music. So that you guys can really explore music. You know, so that what we're doing isn't just the Seth and Ross show, because we're trying to do a music show. Seth and Ross are guys that are going to put out music that are from that new creative force, a machine that creates this incredible thing where we work with people on lyrics and on freestyling and on creating beats and music, and then we put out fucking music. You know, that the 586 Basement Machine works. Because I believe in you guys. In the end, no matter how bad this feels, on a day like yesterday, the music lifts me. And I'm trying to share that. Does that sound like an evil thought? You know that joy we feel when we're all singing and we're all, for a minute, we forget all this bullshit? All this tangled web you've woven? I deal with the shit and the hate the second. I know. You know, I know within a second that, nope, we're going to do, this is, I know where the focus is. We're not going to, we had a long conversation and none of that mattered. I know immediately. You'll watch me back off. You'll watch me uncomfortable saying anything. In my office, in my home, in the studio that I invited everybody into. Pros and cons. That's a pretty rough one. I'll be honest. You know, that instead of having the energy to build the additional things we need, this is what I'm doing. I'm struggling with the people that say they're already in. So, energy to do all of the additional things that need done. God, there's a list, isn't there? Beyond music. But I fight with this piece so much that I can't do anything else. That I'm endlessly struggling with the piece that is supposed to be solid. The piece that I said, no, I'm telling you, these hours go into this schedule because this matters. And instead of people coming going, wow, we matter. Look at what I got. People don't go, hey, he gave in and scheduled, what's 5 times 45? 3 hours a week. As opposed to 16. You know? I put my money where my mouth is. I said, yep, this matters. And I wrote it in stone so that you would know it mattered. That you wouldn't think it didn't matter to me. That you couldn't go, you know what? I don't have any time for music because of all this other stuff. Even though you weren't doing the other stuff and you were blaming everything on it. Okay? But that was the claim. And it was so important to me to make sure you understand how much you matter and you are a part of this. That I blocked out more of the week than anything else we do. Anything else we're ever gonna do. You know? How do you get out of that the problem is Matt isn't on board and doesn't think you guys matter? How do you tell that lie? Give me the I want to hear the explanation of the vent. I want to hear the bad guy part. I want to know what I can do different. What am I doing wrong that allowed this to happen?
It's fucking irrelevant. I don't want to spend that.
I don't know on what. You're not giving me the on what. You haven't communicated the on what. I'm an asshole and I just don't listen to anything you say. Okay. I'm an asshole and I don't make your stuff important.
Oh.
I'm an asshole and I don't try to make sure you have everything you need.
It's not even anything deep. It's literally.
What is it?
You go too far with your jokes. That's like I don't have as many problems with you as you think.
What joke?
I can't tell you specifics, but sometimes you do a black scent, and I think it's fucking weird.
When? When have I ever done a black scent?
Done it a couple times.
Not on purpose. We do a variety of accents. Don't do British then, they're white.
It's not.
So you're not allowed to do white people, right? No, so I'm saying, Mr. Racist, as you have a double standard, as you sit there and talk about crackers.
No one meant you. No one was talking about you until you suggested we were talking about you.
And then they kept going.
Yes.
Because they're racist. Don't get confused about who the racist in the room is. Trust me, when I did the black scent. Was I doing a Dave Chappelle sprinkling crack?
No, I don't remember.
Am I not allowed to should I not do that?
I don't fucking have a list. I don't carry a list of reasons why I don't like you. I have more reasons why I like you than reasons that I don't.
So you come up excuses about me being white. Matt said things that I didn't like. Now don't get me wrong, we can talk shit all day long about any race black people want to talk about. Because they get to talk shit about everybody.
Okay, I'm a hypocrite.
Oh, ain't that the fucking truth? But that ain't the worst, it's the rape.
Rape anybody.
There's a white guy standing over here that didn't do anything.
That has no equivalence at all. I get the joke.
It doesn't?
It does.
That's not a joke. I'm telling you how I feel. We've decided what it is Whitey's a bad guy because he's Whitey. You've made up an excuse based on your perspective. I want a point where I did some black scent, where I tried to talk to people like they were in the room with me, or what did I do?
I don't care about this conversation anymore, dude. I just want to do other shit.
So you guys have described me as a racist is why you're getting away with this bullshit? You literally are out there calling me
racist.
But you're not racist. But you're out there calling me a racist.
You're not racist. I know you're not racist.
You're out there calling me a racist.
End of fucking conversation. Let's end the show. Let's end the show right now. Because I don't fucking want to talk about it anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, what we learned today is Matt's a racist.
You're not a racist, dude.
Now that explains why it was bad to treat me that way.